Week 8 is upon us, and the QB carousel continues. 2 Jets first-round picks that probably have no business starting in the NFL, an XFL superstar getting another crack at it on Sunday, and a certain God going against in New York. We got a lot to break down on the DFS. Yeah, Ty God, bro. Ty God. Remember, that's a nickname, little Ty God. We're going to break it all down for you here on an early first look Wednesday night. Welcome on into the deli, and let's get it rolling. And welcome in to the DFS Deli. I'm the proprietor of this delicatessen, Saleh Ali Shahid, and joined short-staffed tonight. Just the old school crew. My boy Bake, Chill. Welcome on into week 8. I'm happy to have you guys here. Break down a little early first look for everybody. See what we can do on this DFS slate coming up on Sunday. Chill, how's it going tonight, man? How was your week 7?
Oh, week 7 was okay. I made even money, so I can't really complain. We consider that a win, in today's economy. So I don't have to redeposit money, so that's always good. Interesting slate here. Not a lot of appealing games. I don't think a total breaks over like 48 points, 47 points. So we survived the bye week extravaganza. Only got a couple island games. Unfortunately, we lose Secret Bajent Man for the main slate.
I'm hurt. You know, I wanted to fire up some Secret Bajent Man again, but hey, in Tyson Bajent's place, we get Sam Darnold, so I'm still happy.
We do. But yeah, like you said, there's a lot of interesting quarterback plays this week. We'll cover all of them soon, but just ready to dive on in.
Hey man, we got one team that's so apparently stacked at quarterback that they get to rotate 2 on Sunday. I'm referring to the Tennessee Titans. They're just so good. They're going to rotate both of them in. So what a luxury to have. 2 starting quarterbacks. Wow. What a day and age we live in. Baker, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
I feel fantastic. I feel freaking fantastic.
That's awesome.
I'm lying. I feel absolutely terrible.
I'm sorry.
I thought last week was disgusting. I feel like last week was disgusting, and this week, it just looks more disgusting than last week, even though we have better teams. Like, how does that even happen?
I was gonna say, bro, this is a good slate. I mean, no buys to worry about. We got a 13 gamer, right?
Yeah.
So we should
somewhere in there, yeah.
So we're good. We didn't have the trash that we had to deal with last week.
I liked last week more than I like this week.
That's a shame. Why? Because you have more options this week. You actually have to choose between, super expensive CMC, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, Jamar Chase. Oh no, what a terrible luxury to have.
It was last week was so much fun just because you couldn't get deep enough in the weeds because everything was so trash. That just made last week fun to me. Now I'm just like, oh, Jamar Chase is back. Ooh.
Chalk wasn't trash.
I mean, it was okay. You needed Deonta Foreman, and he wasn't chalk.
Yeah,
it was just a damn good play.
Gibbs, you needed Gibbs.
He got there in garbage Gibbs. Garbage time Gibbs. That's what the hell that
garbage
was.
Gibbs, absolutely.
Hey, DFS don't know the difference.
You ain't wrong.
You ain't wrong.
I mean, it's sad my best lineup had Kenny Pickett. My best lineup last week was Kenny Pickett.
My best lineup was Tyson Bajent, so that's how my week went.
Actually, y'all saw my best lineup. That was legitimately the doll hair that I played versus y'all. Y'all saw that.
Oh, no. It was a rough one, but hey, we're on to Cincinnati, so that's what we got to do.
But I don't want to play Cincinnati.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you're right, I do.
Yeah, you do. But as customary here on the Deli,
we say dumb shit. We say dumb shit. I thought that was customary.
We raise the glass for our fallen soldiers in week 7. Zach Ertz, Jerome Ford, Brock Purdy, and I'm pretty sure more injuries to be named later, but those are the ones I was thinking about. may you have a fast and speedy recovery, and we wish you all the best going into week 8. We won't see you this week, but we hope to see you soon. Cheers.
You didn't want to add Bijan to that? Mr. My stomach, or I don't feel so good.
Well, Bijan's playing this week, and you know what? He might be chalky. So I don't know, man.
Versus the Titans? What?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the whole story behind that, but when did he say he felt sick? Was it 12:30? He was like, "Hey, coach, yo,
Oh, I mean, they're definitely going to get penalized by the NFL. Only God knows for what, but that's coming because they didn't disclose it.
Everything I saw that he initially started feeling sick on Saturday night.
Oh, so it was Saturday night, eh? I mean, so he reports the illness. So what? He still played a snap, right?
He played like 6 snaps.
Yeah, so okay.
One carry for 3 yards. 1 carry, 3 yards.
Hey, man, you had to make way for Cordell Patterson, bro.
Well, halfway through the game, I'm like, why am I seeing so much CPAT? What the is going on right now?
You talking about Cordell Patterson that averages more yards a carry than Bijan Robinson, sir? That one?
Are you trying to tell me that, CPAT's better than Bijan? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Who has more professional NFL touchdowns, sir? Legitimate question.
I hate everything about you.
Damn right. CPAP. But of course,
I hate you.
I know. You've said that to me 10 times before we started even recording. We get it. You hate me. I know. I'm like Rod Smart in your world. He hate me.
Alvin Kamara didn't practice due to illness.
They reported that one.
It's reported. It's all good.
From what I see.
Hey, before we get into the QB talk, and as you know, we go position by position, break down. They have favorite plays on an late, technically Wednesday night. I got a quick trivia question for you too. Quick, I mean, it's a fun little trivia question, because shout out to Yacht Club Entertainment, of course. We be hosting trivia out here. That's what we do. But just for funsies, NFL celebration trivia, actually. That's the category. NFL celebration trivia. As you know, well, you might not know, but the NFL has collected, I think, well over $2 million this year in fines for celebrations. You know how messed up that is? Just for celebrating, just for having fun. The No Fun League is definitely intact. But we all know the original cell phone celebration by one Joe Horn, right?
Absolutely.
Who threw him that touchdown pass?
Was it Aaron Brooks?
Bingo! Chili coming through with the knowledge. Aaron Brooks was the one that delivered that touchdown pass to Joe Horn on the once famous end zone celebration of the cell phone. Very nice job, Chill. Very nice job. And your reward?
I felt like Aaron Brooks was so easy. I'm like, it's got to be a trick here, doesn't it?
Aaron Brooks. It was Aaron Brooks. The true Aaron Brooks.
I was trying to think of Saints quarterback in between Aaron Brooks and Drew Brees. I'm like, I want to know if there was a quarterback in between them.
There's somebody in there. Somebody. We just don't know who the f*** it was.
Good. I miss Aaron Brooks. Me and you, Baker.
I mean, the best quarterback in the Vic family?
You're right. They was cousins.
They were. Yes.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. Chill, your reward. You get to talk about quarterbacks first on this slate.
Gross.
Oh, boy.
Gross.
Yeah, so congratulations. Load it up. Who you feeling this week, and who are you not feeling this week?
I mean, I kind of, we were going back and forth. Maybe what was it, Monday? Taking a look here. Let me sort these guys in the salary really quick. Taking a look, your 3 most expensive quarterbacks on the slate are Mahomes, Hurts, and Jackson. You go figure early in the week, you probably figure Lamar is probably going to be the chalkiest out of the 3. a fun stat, like with Lamar. Did you know like Lamar against NFC teams is like 13-1?
14-1.
Yeah, he's 13-1 or 14-1.
If it's
So
14, it's 15 on Sunday. If it's 13, it's 14 on Sunday. So
right,
yeah, I
so
get what you're saying.
right, so like Lamar kind of becomes interesting. Like I understand Arizona's a bad team, but like these NFC teams don't see him often. Kind of, I think a lot of the reason why like Detroit got fucking beat down on Sunday. Um, that's what he does to NFC teams. Obviously in the AFC they see him more often, but and then you got Jalen Hurts. Uh, Hurts going up against Washington. We've seen him. He definitely exploited his defense a couple weeks ago. Washington's secondary is not very well. They do stop the run pretty well. He does have the floor of once they get down to the goal line, they're gonna push him in. I mean, we saw that on Sunday. AJ Brown got down at the one, yeet, right into the end zone. So
Yeah, they did it on 4th and 1 of their own 29. They're like, you know what? Y'all can't stop it. We're getting this first down. Move.
hey, like Nick Sirianni said, they literally start at 1st and 9.
The fucked up part is not wrong. Like that's the worst part about
He's not wrong. I mean, and so many teams try to imitate it, but they can't do it. I mean, case in point, who got hurt on a QB sneak that's costing him the game on Sunday? Brock Purdy. He got injured on a QB sneak. That's where his concussion came from. He's not the tush push, man. No one can do it. Just stop it. Just stop it. It's the Eagles' play. Just deal with it.
Well, the
Simple.
Eagles have, Eagles obvious, they they have Jason Kelsey. I mean, that is the main significant difference between the Eagles and the field. One team has Jason Kelsey, arguably the most dominant center in NFL history. You don't. Period.
I mean, he is the best Kelsey as well. So
I mean, if you go position out of position, you may be right. If you're going to compare him like that,
I'm not talking about like football wise. I'm just talking about the better Kelsey is Jason, without a doubt.
do you think he's more attractive? I don't get what you're saying.
I mean, the one I'd rather have a beer with, the one who is more funny, the one who
I don't know, man. Like if
the
I
one
have a
who
beer
doesn't
with,
know his relationship, and his relationship's not all over social media.
yeah, it is. Literally, that episode with his wife, everybody was harping on it and loving it. Shit was everywhere. It's still all over social media. That episode.
Do
Weeks
you know?
ago.
Do you know his wife's first name?
Oh, I just heard it.
Do you know Travis Kelsey's girlfriend's first name?
Is it Kylie for
What is
Jason's wife?
I honestly have no idea.
Okay, I mean, like,
Yeah, someone's going to fact check you on that because I have no idea. I mean, we all have the technology, but I have no idea.
But going into quarterbacks here, one play I mentioned the Sully that I really do like, who I think is going to go overlooked, is C.J. Stroud. Going up against his Carolina Panthers team. They're coming off a bye. I think this game's a little bit more intriguing than what it should be. Carolina always has the added bonus of getting there in garbage time. Stroud does have easy stackable options. My only concern is that Carolina is so putrid against the run that could be a factor for Stroud. They could decide to run it more in that game. That would be my only concern. And then probably one more quarterback I'm looking based on ownership here would be Dakota Prescott. Going up against the Rams. Dallas is coming off a bye. They're at home. In the last Monday night game against the Chargers, he did show the ability to start running again. So if he's going to start rushing it a little bit more, I think his price is just way too cheap. This Rams defense is young. They're not bad, but they're not great either. And honestly, at this point, the Cowboys have struggled to run the ball with Pollard. I don't even think he's averaging 4 yards a carry at this point. So they may be more inclined to run pass more here. So I'm kind of intrigued by Dak Prescott as well.
Yeah, I like all the takes there. I mean, it's nice to have a luxury up top when it comes to these quarterbacks, but I mean, I don't know if it's going to make too much of a difference. But all three top high price quarterbacks are on the road, which I found like really weird. But the one that's going to intrigue me before I kick it to Baker, I mean, I got a couple takes because obviously, we got value that opened up with Sam Darnold. And if everybody believes it's the system, then he should plug right into the system and be just fine. If you were starting Brock Purdy before, $4,300 Sam Darnold looks pretty dang on sexy. And this matchup is not difficult. Cincinnati improved on defense coming off a bye. Were they getting prepared for Purdy? I don't know. Doesn't matter. They got to get ready for Sam Darnold now. But that's on the cheap end. But another one that intrigues me, and although they've shut down quarterbacks up until now, including their first matchup, is Tua Tagovailoa, only based off the fact that they just got their asses whipped last week, and they kind of want to put this "we're not a fraudulent team" kind of out of their memory banks, and they get New England at home. And we all know what kind of home field advantage that Miami has. So if you can put those boys in the sun, I think the Patriots are about to get lit up. Like they had Bill Belichick's 300th win last week and that big win against the Bills. Props for them. But I think the Dolphins are about to absolutely eviscerate the Patriots on Sunday. And I think Tua is going to, hold a lower ownership because of we got the big guys on the slate. And his price, I mean, it's right below those guys too. If you want to force your way to play Tyreek Hill, even though he's dealing with kind of a hip injury right now, even if you don't have Tyreek Hill for some reason, that means Jalen Waddle is automatically the chalk, and it get with, off the chalkier piece, just bring Tua Tagovailoa along with him. And you get a cheap secondary piece too. Old Cedric Wilson or, Braxton Berrios or whoever you want to play with him, it don't matter. So
I will say Jalen Waddle is dealing with a back injury. He was dealing with that back injury in that entire game against Philly. I will say too, for the Dolphins side of it, they were down 3 offensive linemen and they were down 2 or 3 defensive pieces as well. So if they do get some of those pieces back, going to look like a totally different team out there. The fact that they only lost by 14 points is kind of, I'll take it as the resident Dolphins fan because they should have lost by a lot more.
Yeah, I just think it's about to be an ass kicking on Sunday. Baker, who are you looking at the quarterback position this week?
Oh, God, I hate this week.
Why? I mean, we just named so many good players.
I know.
Now, Baker, I do have a question because
I hated that much.
I do have a question because this guy kind of intrigued me at his price. What do you think about Kenny Pickett at home for $4,900?
I am 100% on Kenny Pickett. Okay. I mean, I was on him versus the Rams for the exact same reasons that you're on Reigns.
No fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
No. Go ahead and explain, Bake. Go. Hook it up. Let your boy know.
Well, first of all, it's like Derek Carr, who I think he's getting better, but he's still struggling to throw the ball downfield. That's one thing Kenny Pickett will do. He will push the ball downfield. And this Jaguars secondary is bleeding points. They're like Leona Lewis bleeding love. They're bleeding points in the secondary every freaking week. Derek Carr, who is the check down king, literally just threw for 300 yards on these guys last Thursday. I understand Jaguars had the mini bye, all that fun shit. Don't care. I mean, and it's also a potential pace-up spot because the Jaguars can push the pace for Pittsburgh to potentially have to throw more, not to mention Pittsburgh just can't run the ball to begin with. And especially with their tight end out, the ball's going to 2 places. It's going to George Pickens, it's going to Deontay Johnson, which makes stacking Kenny Pickett very easy. And this is one game that I think is going to hit higher than their total. Honestly,
I'm surprised this game didn't get flexed in the Sunday Night Football. Unrelated note.
Because the world needs the witness. Tyson Bagent, baby.
Listen, if that game would have got flexed out, my picks would have been the Chargers. Just play the Chargers.
But another one of my games
Chargers suck, bro.
They do suck. That's why you just play Chargers.
Let's just play Chargers.
Just play Chargers.
Their defense is booty. The offense is fine.
They didn't look well. Their offense didn't look good last week, but
they played a top 3 defense.
Yo.
It still feels weird to say the Chiefs have a good defense. It's weird. I
mean, the Chiefs do have a good defense. But you and I were sitting together when freaking Justin Herbert missed Keenan Allen wide the F open. That is a amateur level throw he just shanked 5 yards over his head. Like, something's going on.
I think when Justin Herbert plays bad teams, he's A plus. And then when he plays like really good teams, he disappears. So at this point, like he's Kirk Cousins.
No, he is way worse than Kirk Cousins.
Don't put that on my boy. My boy, prime time, where everybody says that he sucks. Beat quote unquote one of the best defenses in prime time, throwing for damn near 400 yards. He should have had 4 touchdowns to go with it.
Yeah, it's great. He had a great game. Good for Kirk Cousins. He's just
Kirk Cousins. I've had this literal argument with my buddy, man. Like, I've come around on Kirk Cousins. I still think he's sauce, but he's not like sauce. Like, he's sauce because I personally don't like him.
So,
NFL quarterback, the dude is good. Like, give him his damn respect.
I mean, like, he's I mean, what is he? He's what, top 10?
That's what his chain said.
He's 10.
That's what his chain says. Yes,
I would say he's 10, maybe 10, 11, 12, somewhere in there.
I would put him at 10, and Justin Herbert would be like 15.
I would take him in Cleveland. That's for damn certain.
Oh, go to.
That's a whole different conversation.
We would take Tyson Bagent right now in Cleveland.
By the way, I did end up playing. I tried to put my bias for hating Deshaun Watson aside last week. I actually played that man. I mean, pour one out for that lineup, Lord Jesus.
I mean, he was
anything for Deshaun Watson.
He was touted around the industry, so I get it.
I'm glad those touts are done now.
And because of that, I'm also kind of interested in Derek Carr as I segue back to quarterbacks. The same reason I was interested in Deshaun Watson last week. Like,
so are you playing Sully's cousin then this week?
That's TBD. I could see a path to me playing Sully's cousin. Absolutely.
Yeah, because with Derek Carr, you're playing Kamara, so he can get his 15 receptions for 20 yards.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of my first builds was Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, and air yards, unrealized air yards. So
he realized those air yards on the highway, so he's fine.
He plays for the Saints, bro.
I don't care. That officer was having none of that.
He's literally like, bro, and like,
right?
You want from me?
Is he even
okay? Move on.
Is he even playing this week?
I haven't heard anything discipline related as far as that's concerned yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything
suspension-wise. If he doesn't play this week, is Michael Thomas just the lock?
Nah, man, you just lock in that boy Rashid Shaheed.
I think Rashid Shaheed becomes chalk.
I think he does too.
I think it'd be Michael Thomas.
And the last quarterback I'll kind of talk about, and this is kind of gearing towards wide receivers as well. The double with this dude is too easy because his second wide receiver is too cheap, and it's got to be Joe Burrow.
You talking about T. Higgins being extremely cheap?
Yes, T. Higgins is way too cheap. $5,900 for T. Higgins.
That's too expensive. He's been awful.
He had one good game.
He's awful.
First, was it Baltimore?
Whatever week 2 was, right?
Yeah, that sounds like Baltimore.
Yeah, that sounds like Baltimore. Yeah,
he's awful.
I mean, he hasn't been the greatest. He's also been hurt. Like
all of these number 2 wide receivers have been terrible. Waddle, terrible. Or like drafted in that like particular area of the draft. Waddle, terrible. Olave, terrible. T. Higgins, terrible.
Devonta Smith, come on, just say it.
Yeah, Devonta Smith. I forgot about him. Thank you.
I got you. But I mean, like, it kind of makes these like premium doubles more affordable now than they were any time of the season. Because like, how hard was it to build a Hurts double at the beginning of the year? Damn near impossible. How hard was it to build the Tua double? Damn near impossible. Now that these secondary wide receivers are kind of failing up until this point, they gotta have a breakout session at some point down the line, right?
But none of those doubles got there. What's the last wide receiver double that got there this season that you can remember?
Stroud, Nico, and Tank Dell in week
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Sure, I can remember that.
That was literally like the only one. Like, but that wasn't a premium double. Like we're talking about.
Right.
I know what you're
Right.
trying to say. Like these
Right.
premium doubles are not paying off. 100%
Right.
agree with you.
Right.
100%.
Right, because it's not like you could stack Stafford, Nakua, and Cooper Cup. You're broke. That's the only premium I want.
And Stafford never gets there. He never will. I'm done with this dude.
He never gets there, but they both could have 200 yards apiece. No touchdowns.
Hey, Nakua was amazing last week. Cooper Cup, not so much.
No, Cooper Cup, not so much.
Yeah. Like Dev Taxes and Puka Nakua? Question mark? It's rough out here, dog. It's rough out here.
Sneak peek at wide receiver. I think it's time to just go back to Cooper Cup. DraftKings done messed up. They dropped his price. So
shocker.
They messed up Aaron.
Well, speaking of dropping prices, all right, we talking about all these like the premium doubles, these number twos, and so on and so forth. Jalen Waddle's literally done nothing this year. Nothing. And he's still 7.5.
You think they're going to give away a piece of that Miami offense for free? Unless you're a running back, you ain't free.
But I mean, you want to talk about somebody who's done nothing? T. Higgins has done more than Jalen Waddle.
I said Waddle.
No, I'm saying, but still, somehow Waddle is 7.5. T. Higgins is 5.9.
Because Waddle's done more than him.
I mean, at least on FanDuel, they're kind of close. So, like, they got these secondary receivers basically back to back to back. So, like, Waddle's 7.1, the Slim Reaper's 6.9, and T. Higgins is 6.8. So, like, even FanDuel is like, I want to drop your price, but you ain't going to get them for free. Like, we got guys on here that has done more than these guys and are priced less. Like, Amari Cooper is cheaper. Zay Flowers, who's coming on, is cheaper. Tyler Lockett is cheaper. Like, you still got. Oh no, they actually priced them up a little bit.
I think I'd rather play George Pickens than any of the three guys we named. I think.
Not on FanDuel.
How
expensive is George than all of them.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, George Pickens is 7.4.
Yeah, yeah, man. FanDuel don't play.
That's why I don't play over there.
It's been hard over here to make lineups on FanDuel this year.
That's why I don't play over there. Keep me on DraftKings.
No, man, this used to be the shit talking that everybody was saying back in the day. Oh, you could do anything you want on FanDuel. Blah 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 blah. Man, they're not fucking playing this year. They are not playing.
Yeah, their algorithm is fucking you.
I mean, Baker.
Seriously.
Baker, to be honest, even out of those three guys, I'd rather play Kendrick Bourne, who's still not priced up.
The sad thing is, I've played way too much Kendrick Bourne this season, and it's
good for you.
Every time I've clicked it off. Every time I've clicked this man's name, I'm like, why am I playing him? Then I'm like, okay,
because he gets there. He gets there.
That's why I'm playing him. That's why.
Oh man, it feels disgusting every time I do it though. Every single fucking time.
I mean, because it's Kendrick Bourne
playing the fucking Bourne identity. Fuck's wrong with me?
All right, you ready to slide over to RB?
Sure, why not? I'll slide to the DMs too.
Is this the last game we see of Derrick Henry in a Titans uniform? Yay or nay?
Nay.
Yay. I know what team he should go to.
Everybody knows what team he should go to.
Everybody knows what team he should go to. He ain't gonna go there.
Go where? Where do you?
Dallas.
I would say Dallas.
Dallas.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am not on the same page as you guys. I would have said Baltimore.
No, Baltimore needs to trade for Saquon.
So Dallas needs to trade. Dallas needs to trade for Derrick Henry or Devontae Adams.
No, San Francisco needs to trade for Devontae Adams so I can quit watching football. No, Kansas City. I'm sorry. Kansas City needs to trade for Devontae Adams so I can quit watching football.
I think Dallas should trade for either one.
Hey, chill. Can I say something to you?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we all make bold predictions and calls that are wrong at the time of recording. But I could have sworn you said Mike Evans was getting traded by week 6. Still a buck.
I said trade and deadline. They're on their decline right now.
I wish they would have won that game.
I've heard a lot of rumors around Mike Evans lately. Like,
oh no,
I really haven't heard too much.
I have not either, so I'll take Baker's word.
I mean, obviously it's a possibility, but like as far as like, you know, the running back position when it comes to shopping some people, I mean, it's got to be King Henry and King Henry alone. And for that reason, I think he's completely off the table for DFS because you don't need to showcase him. He is what he is. So I think especially because of his quarterback situation, they might bubble wrap him and say, you know what? Nah, man, Tajay Spears, this your world, bro.
I mean, before they started their fire sale, like I was already chalking Atlanta's defense because Atlanta's defense is a lot better than I gave it credit for.
Yeah, they're
It's
showing
just
out.
their
They're showing
offense
out
is
down
not
there.
good.
I mean,
No, it's
Desmond
not.
Ritter. Their defense is showing out, but it's Desmond Ritter. Like,
I mean,
we knew what he was.
We didn't mention him, but are Riddler doubles viable this week?
Not a chance in hell.
Hell nah.
We had our one Ritter week. If you weren't there,
they're
if you
playing
weren't
the
there,
pass
no.
funnel, and they got rid of their best safety.
I don't care if they're playing the pass funnel. I'm not playing Desmond Ritter again.
Yeah, they're playing the pass funnel, but I mean, we just go to the running back that catches passes. Hopefully, if he's feeling, you know, not ill this week.
See,
I think Bijan's the man. They dropped this price to a point where you're like, yeah, you can sign me up for some Bijan.
Yeah. Hell,
It's pretty low.
With Desmond Ritter being Desmond Ritter, I'm perfectly fine playing the pass funnel defense against Desmond Ritter.
Damn. Well, Bake, who you got at running back this week?
Well, one of my favorite game environments is this Colts Saints game. So both the running backs in that game are both valuable to me personally. Obviously, as we talked about it with Derek Carr, he's become freaking Chad Pennington with these checkdowns to Kamara. So, you know, him being, I think half his games he has over 10 catches. Like, this is ridiculous. What the fuck's going on here?
At least 10 targets. Yeah, at least 10 targets.
So Alvin Kamara still not priced up enough, in my opinion, for his passing game value. If he's splashing if he splashes with that, and I don't know what it is with this Colts team. Like the Colts team are freaking Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like one week they look like absolute dog shit, and the next week they go and hang up 30 on quote unquote the best defense in the league. I'm inclined to believe that they are actually halfway decent, but I feel like their defense is so bad that they're always going to be trying to score. So that game is also another pace-up spot that I'm potentially interested in. Both running backs I kind of like. At some point in time, this Travis Etienne shit has to stop. He scored 6 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Like, I keep watching it like, when is he going to not do this?
I think at Pittsburgh is probably going to be the toughest sledding he'll have.
But I have zero conviction in it. I have zero conviction in that. Like, it just keeps happening. He's not doing much with the 2 touchdowns. Besides the one game in London, but it's like he just keeps scoring over and over and over and over. So I think he's definitely in play. And if you can guess the Baltimore running back, good luck.
Yeah, it's Lamar.
It's always been Lamar.
Hey, the Gus Bus dropped the 20 spot because he had an 80-yard catch.
Yeah, I was going to say it was all on like one catch. Yeah.
Right.
Sully, when I saw that, I was about to text you like, am I seeing this right?
Yeah, right. I mean, he's got to get to one of his stops one way or another. I'm just saying.
It doesn't come from the air, okay? One of his stops is not in the air. No. That's why he's a bus. Buses don't fly unless it's a magic school bus, okay?
Speaking of things that fly, how about the Jets running back? How about Breece Hall versus the Giants this week? I mean, the price is nice. We saw Breece Hall, like they're trying to trade Dalvin Cook. So it's like there's no share there. So kind of like Breece this week.
I like Breece this week, and especially they're coming off the bye this week, and the Giants don't have a good run defense, so I'm here for it. Normally we would target running backs against the Giants, so I'm here for it.
Yeah, a chalk Breece Hall, definitely in the.
I don't think he's going to be chalk. I think there's a guy $200 more than him that's the absolute chalk. Isaiah Pacheco's playing the Broncos.
We can make that bet right now. I'll ownership wise, I'll take Breece Hall over Pacheco.
Dude, Pacheco is going to be. I think Pacheco's chalk.
I think Pacheco's going to be. That's going to be real close, bro. I think those are probably your 2 most popular. I mean, like, I think people will find ways to justify playing CMC. When I think you should play CMC this week. I get it. It's a little pricey. But you know what?
I mean,
It's worth it.
I mean, we probably just named the majority of the chalk running backs on the slate: Kamara, Pacheco, and Brees Hall.
Hey, listen, I know it's a Saturday take, but I'm gonna give you two funky names. Not funky, but I'm gonna give you two names that are probably gonna be not clicked like at all. No one's gonna play Ken Walker because of the Browns. They see Browns and they're gonna run.
You're not wrong.
I mean, this is in Seattle. We just saw what the Colts team did to the Browns front. I mean, JT got a little wet. He's feeling a little spry. You know what I'm saying? Gardner Minshew rushed for 2 touchdowns on him. So we talking about the overwhelming, right? Did a little shimmy, you know? We're talking about the overwhelming chalk from last week, and then this week, no one's gonna play him. He's at home. He's favored. These are things we look for in running backs. No one's gonna play him. And then we have a run funnel situation when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. I think Devin Singletary is taking over this backfield.
I think it's Pierce. I think it's still Pierce for now.
I think there's enough indecision. I think there's enough indecision to the point where nobody's going to know who to play.
I think it's enough indecision where, yes, like I said, ownership-wise, no one's going to play either of them. I think you could take a stab at either one of them in this situation. Because like Chill said, from the quarterback position, I think a lot of people are going to take shots at Stroud. I think, again, because this Carolina defense is so bad on the ground, I think this is a game where you can establish it and kind of on the cheap end, if you're trying to fit in a CMC, you're going to need a cheap piece. I'm just saying, there's worse matchups. there's much worse matchups. So definitely. At 4-4 on DK, what does Devin Singletary have to do?
I mean, he could have a game like Chicago running back last week and just drop 33 touchdowns and just put me to bed.
Donta Foreman.
That's because Secret Bagent Man kind of wanted to ease into the NFL. So he's like, you know what? Go ahead. You take it. I don't want all the spotlight on me, Deonta. You take it. It worked.
I mean, Devonta Foreman, I'm literally watching and I'm like, that's number 2? That's number 3.
Yeah, even the receiving one went to Deonta Foreman.
At that point in time, I'm like, I'm not taking shit down.
Yeah.
That's when I knew I wasn't taking anything down.
Yeah, I have 2 more running back plays this week. Sully mentioned them, but Jonathan Taylor, this might be the cheapest you're going to get him at.
I said, not Sully, Baker.
Both of y'all mentioned him.
You're confusing your black guys.
No, I mentioned what he did. Baker recommended the play. So
right. Yeah. So I mean, I'm with you, Bake. I think Jonathan Taylor, this is probably the cheapest we're going to get him at, especially on DraftKings. At DraftKings, he's kind of free. I mean, the Saints are like they're pretty good against the run. Like ETN didn't have very many rushing yards, but the 2 touchdowns, it's what we really care about there. I think it's pretty apparent that he's taking the majority of this role from Zach Moss. What a time to be alive for the Zach Moss days.
Yeah. And wait, real quick, Baker, you noticed in yearly I haven't won a game since JT came back, and I can't start Zach Moss every week.
Don't worry, you get the win, which is me. So
yeah, you're gonna get fucking throttled.
My team sucks. Like my team is absolute trash.
Baker, I think I'm playing you in Dynasty as well.
And that's 100% a free win for you.
I mean, I had I had that huge win over, Sarah. I beat her by so many points.
You beat her by a yard.
Let's go.
A yard.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Kirk Cousins and Christian McCaffrey for both their turnovers.
That's how he won his game. That's how he
huge.
Won.
Awesome.
And then again, Raheem Mostert is at home playing the Patriots. He's still the majority of the tote in that backfield. And on DraftKings, at least, he's not. I don't think he's priced high enough on DraftKings, truthfully, at his price.
What, he's 7-7? He's 7-7.
I actually think he should be priced higher than that. So I do like Raheem this week as well.
Yeah, man. We always target home favorite running backs in a plus matchup. Like, just find those guys. Play those guys. It works out. Majority of the time.
If Jerome Ford is out, I haven't really read much on his injury. I don't know.
He is out. He will be out. It is a 1 to 2 week injury.
So are we? I mean, the Seahawks do have a good defense, but I mean, Kareem Hunt is relatively cheap.
I mean, at 52, he's definitely got to be in play.
Minimum. I mean, on DraftKings too, because PJ Walker will just check it down.
I
But
would rather play Devin Singletary.
now here's the thing that's weird is we know this with Stefanski being here in Cleveland. He's going to rotate these guys regardless.
Oh yeah, Pierre Strong's gonna get some tote.
Absolutely.
Without question. He will touch the ball 8 to 10 times. Easy. Ain't no way you're giving Kareem Hunt 20 touches. That's
No.
shit.
No.
Stefanski? You're right. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. Y'all ready to move on to receiver?
Yes, sir.
I think so.
I think we got a lot to choose from, man. Like I said, the heavy hitters are on the slate. Tyreek, Chase, AJ Brown, Lil Cooper Kupp, Sedarius Lamb to a lesser extent. The probably not going to be played enough, but should be played, Brandon Ayuk. Puka Nacua, of course, making his case for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And I mean, we just got old reliable Adam Thielen, just doing his thing, the ageless wonder.
I am so sick of Adam Thielen. I'm so sick of him.
Why?
I'm playing Adam Thielen in my CJ Stroud lineups.
I'm playing Adam Thielen in my Devin Singletary lineups.
I'm probably not playing Adam Thielen, and I'm going to be pissed about it again.
Yeah, just like every week we don't play him, we're pissed.
Well, now he's at a price. Now he's at a price tag where it's not just so easy to just be like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, think about it. Definitely got to think about it. I agree, 100% agree. Chill. Who are you starting with at wide receiver this week? Like, do you got any must plays this week?
I mean, again, for me, it kind of just depends on who I'm plugging in at quarterback. For me, if like you said, you mentioned Tua. That's probably the only way I'm playing Tyreek Hill is if I play him with Tua. I don't know if you want to play the narrative here, but AJ Brown at 8K, like he only needs 125 yards again to break the record.
You play AJ Brown in every lineup possible. Just do it. Just lock him in.
I mean,
just play AJ Brown.
AJ Brown for 8K to have $1,500 saved there from Tyreek Hill. For me, that could come down to more of an ownership play, depending on what Tyreek's ownership is. Taking a look here, I do like both Pittsburgh receivers and Deontay Johnson and Pickens. I think they're both really cheap. I think, like Baker mentioned, Kenny Pickett, Pittsburgh just throws the ball down the field. And I do think the pace of play can get a little bit higher here. So I do like both of them. Whatever Rams wide receiver you want to play, yeah. You want to play Cooper Kupp, you want to play Puka Nacua. You mentioned CeeDee Lamb. I love CeeDee Lamb this week, regardless of you're going to play him with Dak or not. And then taking a look here, I like the Texan wide receivers. I don't know if I have enough courage to put in Bob Trees at 4K.
No.
But
this is just no.
But I do like them. Tank Dell and Nico Collins are both pretty worth it this week.
Do you think ownership might be a little soured on Cooper Kupp because he basically burned everybody last week at that price?
I think if this was a couple of years ago, yeah. But I think the way football is going to be shifting, like whatever the Sims says, that'll be that determination.
It is the end of Chalktober. So I mean, we got one more week to play chalk.
Did you listen to the
Swolecast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I me at work, it's in the ear.
I was gonna say no Sims November.
Well, to be fair, right now Cooper Kupp is not popping in the Sims. At least the Sims that I use.
Is Puka Nacua popping in the Sims?
There are no ramps.
That's a shame because one of these dudes is getting $150. I mean, that's just going to happen.
I mean, I think I would treat Cooper because I hate playing 9K wide receivers, but maybe I have to change my philosophy on that because that might be the way to go. I mean, if you're going to tell me Cooper Kupp's coming in at sub 10%, I
don't think that'll happen.
Week he's at 10 exactly.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I'd rather just play Puka Nacua for the savings.
I mean, that's how I kind of feel about like the debate between, let's say, like Tyreek Hill and like AJ Brown. Like the price difference says just play AJ Brown, but we've seen Tyreek Hill break so many damn slates. Like what does he have to do? You know,
I
I
mean,
think he justifies the price.
Tyreek Hill. That if Waddle's out, that you might just have to hit the lock button.
I mean, like I said, I think the Dolphins are in a domination spot this week anyway, so I think he might be the lock button regardless. Like as much as I want to pay up for these guys, I don't think I can justify a lineup without AJ Brown and one of Tyreek Hill or Jamar Chase or Cooper Kupp. Like I might have to jam in 2 high price wide receivers, and that's leaving CMC off my card. So I mean, it's gonna be rough, man. Like I want to pay down at quarterback. It's been the meta for this year, but as we saw last week, Patrick Mahomes put people to sleep. Josh Allen put people to sleep. The Hurt Business, well, no, not the Hurt Business, but who was the other? There was another high price quarterback last week that did decent.
Lamar,
thank you. Lamar put people to sleep. And guess what? The actually low price player that people should have played, no one did because it was actually optimal to play Gardner Minshew. So, yeah, man, the meta can be played one way or another. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. But Baker, how do you feel about the receivers this week?
I mean, if I had to pick a Rams receiver, I'm picking Cooper Kupp for one reason and one reason only. The Cowboys tend to play more man than zone. So far this season, Puka's big games have come when teams play primarily zone versus him. He has struggled versus man more so than the zone coverage. So that's kind of my determining factor between him and Cooper Kupp. Obviously, price. Puka's obviously your discount, but is what it is. I don't know how we've made it this far in the wide receivers and not mention the guy who was wide receiver 1 in all of fantasy last week on Sully's bench. Just gonna throw it out
there. Hey, I feel good about myself because I would have lost anyway. So,
very
yeah,
true. Very true.
Yeah, man, you're right. It's Jordan Addis season, bro. You're right. Go ahead. Speak to your Viking.
I mean, we still at least have 2 more weeks without wide receiver 1 out there, and Jordan Addison. One of his touchdowns was him just yanking the ball and running fucking forever. He still showed like, hey, I can make big plays. I can get open. And now we have a premier test with him going up against Jair because it looks like Jair was going to be back for this game. So just the amount that we still know Minnesota's going to throw the ball. Like, I don't give a damn how light boxes are. They're like, don't care. Throw. Like in a game in which they were in control the entire game, Kirk Cousins still did the ball almost like 40 fucking times. Positive, negative game script. They're throwing.
I just think this is the letdown of letdown spots for Minnesota.
Oh, they're coming off this stupid high.
It's not that. It's not that. There was a stat out there. It's like teams that have played the 49ers, like their record the following week is awful. They're like 3 and it's like I forgot. Like it's like over like a 3-year span. Like teams that have played the 49ers the following week, they're like 3-10. There's just a stat that just shows that teams that play the Niners, the next week they do awful because the 49ers are the physical team and everything. And I mean, like, I would rather take I'd rather put a bullet on Christian Watson than Addison, I think.
If Christian Watson plays.
Do you know who didn't play awful after they played the Niners? The shitties.
They should have lost. Yeah.
They should have lost.
Did they? Gardner Minshew looking at
They put up 39 points. Like, what do you want? They put up 39 points.
Gardner Minshew out there looking like Peyton Manning.
Nah, because Gardner Minshew had 2 rushing touchdowns. That is not Peyton Manning. Okay.
Listen, if Peyton Manning does like the QB fakes that he did, that dude walked it in every time.
It's very true. It's extremely true.
My favorite rushing touchdown like thing back in the day. Baker, I think you already know what it is. Fuck a tush push. It was Drew Brees at the 1-yard line. Forget the tush push. The Drew Brees little leap over the top was the most unstoppable QB sneak from the 1-yard line of all time. Don't at me. Fuck the tush push. It was about Drew Breesy. That was my shit back in the day. Exactly. That was my shit.
Touchdown.
Man,
Bye.
why doesn't anybody do that? By the way,
No.
because no one can do it like Drew Brees. Drew Brees is like 5'9".
I was going to say, this dude is short as shit.
Right? Like, you can't tell me Josh Allen is 6'8" ass can't just be like, bloop, instead of pushing his freaking 250-pound frame forward.
It's like, Josh, quit taking these hits and just put the ball over the goddamn line.
Right. Let me show you some Drew Brees tape real quick. I think getting back to Jordan Addison, I think a lot of that's going to be contingent on the health of TJ Hawkinson as well as we kind of transition into tight end. He's got a little foot injury. I don't know if he's on the right side of questionable right now, but like if you take away one of his top targets, it ain't going to be the KJ Osborne show. I can tell you that. It's going to be, I need to get ways to get Jordan Addison open. So yeah, I mean, Jordan Addison will be chalky. He will be popular, but at the same time, I don't, Jair Alexander aside, I don't know if it matters too much.
I don't think it does. I really don't think it does.
I don't think it does either. And I think from what I read, Watson logged in a full day of practice today.
Oh, fair. I just know he's habitually on the injury report.
Yes, he is.
Before you switch to tight ends, what do we feel about the Chiefs wide receiving core? I mean, it looks like Rashee Rice is kind of taking over as the number one.
You play Rice. He's the most reliable thing in there. You play Rice. That's it.
I mean, MVS got, you know what I'm saying, he had that random, the MVS random game.
Cardio king.
He's done for at least the next, month or two. No, the cardio king is Sky Moore. He's out there every fucking play and just runs. Every fucking play is just.
That's fair.
So
King Summer, baby.
My last wide receiver, though, which I'm going to try to do this, and it's very difficult. A mini with Cooper Kupp and Sedarian. It just sounds nice.
Yeah, I feel like if you play Kupp, you're going to play a Cowboy. It's just like, which one? I think like CD does make the most sense, but at the same time, like we saw the Rams kind of get smacked up by both Jaylen Warren and there was resurrection in the life of that other bum that they have.
Fake
his hand out the ground.
Fake news. Fake news.
I'm alive.
It's Halloween. You know what I'm saying, like you thought you saw something, it wasn't there.
I literally had maybe a 20-minute but healthy conversation with my boy Darius about not playing Najee Harris. He's like, I'm playing Najee Harris for the correlation. I got to play Najee. It's just something about Najee this week. I was like, dude, stop. Like, literally, you're not playing Najee Harris. And I gave him all these reasons not to. And as soon as this motherfucker scored, I damn near turned off my phone because I thought he was going to blow me up. I just wanted to see the text that said, Najee Harris, ... I never got it though, so mad respect to Darius, man. Good, you're a good guy for not made me eat my crow on that. So
I would have blown your shit up hard.
I know, as much shit as we talk to one another. Yeah, that's expected every week.
Like don't let me accidentally beat you in yearly with my trash team.
I'll quit. I'll sell everybody. Everybody would be on the trade block. Y'all can have Jordan Addison, Steph Diggs, whoever y'all want. It's y'all's. I'll load up for next year. If I lose to you, it's over.
Just if you lose to my trash ass team,
it's over. I'm done. I'll walk away. I will walk away.
God, my
walk
team
away.
sucks.
You know what? I'll hedge my bets, Baker. I will hedge your starting lineup in DFS. So I'll play the people that you're playing in DFS. So if I get smacked by you, at least I'm winning money.
You will have a lot of money left over if you play my team. You have a lot of money left over.
It's a start. The tight end position, looking at Travis Kelce, expensive as all hell. Mark Andrews had a nice resurrection on National Tight End Day, week, whatever the hell they call it. Who on X, I can't remember, one of the tight ends, he was talking about like whatever they did, and he just basically said it's a stupid fucking holiday. So I mad respect to whoever that tight end was. Mad respect to you. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting. Darren Waller got a quarterback now. I can actually get him the ball. So he's resurrected. We've had multiple Kyle Pitts sightings in the last few weeks. So
once again, we're closing on Halloween. It was an illusion.
Hey man, we got one more slate before Halloween. So we might have to load up some Kyle Pitts, man. I'm just putting out there. I mean, Chill mentioned it earlier. We got the pass funnel.
I mean, listen, do you play Kyle Pitts? or do you play the other tight end who's in the revenge game?
Oh,
Let's
time
go.
out. Time
Let's
out.
go.
Time out. Sorry. Rewind. Hollywood Brown, revenge. Forgot about that revenge. My bad. There's multiple revenge narratives. Chill, you got the one with the tight end. I forgot Marquise Hollywood Brown's revenge game against the Ravens. That's my bad.
I think again, you mentioned Derrick Henry being traded. I think Hollywood is a huge candidate to be traded as well. So don't know if that would be another bubble wrap scenario, but possibility.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's the king of unrealized air yards. So
didn't you already put that on Chris Olave?
I mean, they're both. By the way, Kyler got a full practice in today, so maybe Kyler plays this week randomly.
I think he sits one more week. If not only because of this matchup. Like, just we don't want it. No, just not this week.
You know the crazy. if Kyler plays, there's a great chance I'm loading up some Kyler Murray. Just gonna throw it out there.
I don't think he plays.
Oh, I think
he's got one more week. Yeah, I think he's got one more week. Yeah. But anyway, Bake, tight ends. Who you got?
It's tight end. I don't care. How pissed were you guys? Because I know you guys religiously do not play Travis Kelce. So watching him, being in the optimal tight end, just going ham bone.
So Baker, the great thing when you play at early only and afternoon only is you're forced to play him in afternoon only. So fuck off. And he doesn't play early only ever. So not my problem.
Fair. Listen, I've lived by the rule that if Travis Kelce puts me to bed, I will be tucked in. That I would rather lose against Travis Kelce than lose with Travis Kelce, because the moments I play Travis Kelce is literally my dead last lineups every time. So I'm just like, you know what? If you put me to sleep, bro.
So I mean, at this point, is Taylor Swift going to be at the game? Because if so, play Travis Kelce. If not,
is she gonna ride? Because I mean, like all this shit about freaking Taylor Swift, but Russell Wilson's wife don't get no love. Sierra fine as hell, but
is
no.
Is she at the games?
I don't think so. I don't think Sierra goes to see Russell Wilson.
As popular as Sierra was back when we were in high school, Sully, and in our college days especially.
True.
Like she can't sniff the popularity of Taylor Swift.
No. I mean, like, I don't remember the summer it was, but when Ride was the number one song of the summer, like you literally could not go 2 seconds on the radio without hearing that song. It Absolutely. Is dwarfed by any single Taylor Swift that's put out. Any single. This bitch was like number 3 on the Billboard charts for a hot minute. Nowhere a fraction of what Taylor Swift has done. It's sickening.
Big facts.
Sickening. Oh, can I? I don't want to admit this on an unrelated note because we're talking about tight ends and shit. But I don't want to admit this, right? But I'm going to, because you guys are my friends. And listeners, you guys are my friends too. I may not know you personally. Some of you I do, but most of you I don't. But I was at work Friday. Let's just say it was Friday. Remember when we were at our draft and people were requesting songs? So I'm just adding everything. Like I'll play it. And remember when Studer was on that Taylor Swift high? Like, bro, you gotta play this. I was like, fuck off, dude. I'm not putting any Taylor Swift in my shit. He's like, all right. One song. So I'm like, fine. I'll fucking put it on here. Played it for him, So it's obviously something like buried in my library. Mm-hmm. So I'm random shuffling, obviously, like I do at work. And fucking a Taylor Swift song comes on. And I was like, I'm fucking jamming my ass off, bro. I'm going back and forth. I was like, wait a second. Who the fuck is... Oh, my God. I was pissed. I literally yelled, what the fuck? And then, like, my friend, one of my coworkers, Sarah, she's in the other office. She's like, are you okay? I was like, Taylor Swift. And she was just like, I get
it. So does that mean you've, like, secretly become a Swiftie?
Baker, I will secretly jump off a bridge before I become a Swiftie, okay? That's not going to happen.
It's okay.
With
You
the-
can tell us off. You can tell us off air that you're a
I
Swiftie.
ain't
It's
telling
okay.
y'all nothing off air that I wouldn't say on air. All right, that song was a banger, but fuck her.
Oh god, it's okay. You can be a Swiftie. It's perfectly fine.
Anyway,
I think the most expensive tight end I may play this week is probably Evan Ingram. If I'm putting tight end, it's just Trey McBride.
Wolf.
yes to Trey McBride.
And then
Yes.
the other tight end I may punt would be just Jake the Snake.
That's perfectly fine. I'll allow that.
Yeah, there goes the run back for Cooper Kupp. Just play some Jake the Snake.
Jake
Yeah,
the
just play some
Snake.
Jake the Snake. Yeah, absolutely.
Gross.
I think that's the Cooper Kupp run back right there.
Gross.
I think that works. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have too many tight ends I want to play. Like I said, it's probably going to be tethered to my quarterback regardless. So, I mean, if I play Tua, I'll slide in Durham.
I lied. I lied. I think I could talk myself into Kittle. I just don't really remember what Sam Darnold likes to do with the football.
Turn it over.
I knew you were going to fucking say that.
Turn it over. That's what he likes to do.
Fuck off, Baker.
Baker, he's with Shanahan, so at least that he got better.
He balled out in the preseason. He was solid. That's why they said, Trey Lance, you suck. Well, he sucked anyway, but they basically said, Sam Darnold is your job. So, I mean, again, if y'all believe this system stuff, George Kittle has these weeks where he can break a slate. He also has weeks where he goes 1 catch for 1 yard. So if you feel like he's at a price where it's like in between these popular guys, then yeah, I'm with Kittle. Absolutely.
I mean, the slate he caught 3 touchdowns. I don't even know if he had 30 yards against the Cowboys. Did he?
And one of them was over a 30-yard catch, I do believe. I think he had like 80 something in 3.
I don't even know if he had. I'm gonna look it up. I'm curious.
Yep,
Absolutely. He had 3 catches on 4 targets for 67 yards and 3 touchdowns.
67. Okay, there you go.
Okay, I was gonna say it wasn't high. That's for sure.
The fact that he had 4 targets, 3 catches, and 3 touchdowns is ridiculous.
That sounds like George Kittle.
Jerome Bettis at tight ends. Hey man, why don't we just continue to play Taysom Hill?
Johnson may be back this week.
If Johnson don't come back, just play some Taysom Hill.
Just play Jimmy Graham.
Not on FanDuel.
Just play Jimmy Graham.
You talking about the same Jimmy Graham that should have been in on that freaking pass instead of Foster Moreau? I mean, like, the dude is literally good for one thing, catching touchdowns, and he's not on the field. Why is he on your roster? He's
for
80.
nostalgic reasons.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, don't know if this matters, but it is also the Arthur Smith revenge game.
Oh,
Bruh.
All right.
brought that
All
one
right.
out of the freaking woodwork.
Right, that was
Say.
yeah, you got me on that one.
He was their former offensive coordinator.
That's fair. Let's slide into defense real quick, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up with our, of course, as customary, bold calls for the week on a late Wednesday night. If you can afford it, just play the Eagles. Get your 7 sacks and walk away. Just saying. If you
We
don't
said the same
wanna
thing
pay-
like 3 weeks ago, and they didn't have a single sack, which is
Against
crazy.
Oh yeah, that was a shootout, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I take back what I said. No, actually, no, I don't.
Because I remember that week, I built around the Eagles defense, and I'm like, what the is going on here?
So, if you really want to fit everything, just play the Bengals defense.
You can fuck off. You're gonna get negative.
It's 2,200 on DK.
Dude, that defense with Sam Darnold's about to be chalk.
I
Just
completely
play
agree
both.
with you. Yeah, play the defense and Sam Darnold. Load up.
Trey
This is not
McBride.
Jameis
Hold up.
Winston.
This
is not Jameis Winston. We're not doing this.
You play Trey McBride at tight end, then you really load up.
You're playing everybody. Everybody.
Brother. Oh my God. Could you imagine? I mean, again, I don't like playing road defenses all like that, but Ravens against Arizona doesn't seem too bad. And again, the Seahawks play at the 12s against PJ Walker.
I think
Just
either defense is fine.
Just play Seattle.
think
There's
you
going
could
to be a
play.
lot of builds that have Ken Walker Seattle defense for me this week. It's just happening, and
I
I'm
like
okay
it.
with that.
I like it. If we were going to play expensive defenses, if Daniel Jones starts, I'd rather play the Jets at 4K.
Give me the Dolphins at 38.
But my favorite,
30. Yeah.
my favorite defense this week will still be the Falcons.
Yeah, I think it starts and ends at the Falcons, to be honest. It's going to be Seattle and the Falcons. That's it. You're talking about a guy that's rotating 2 quarterbacks. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, the Falcons are going to probably be chalk, which hurts my soul because I did like them at the beginning of the week.
It is the beginning of the week.
But so I mean, I think you could play the Browns defense as well.
They're going to be so run heavy on Sunday. They just want to get the hell out of there. I can't see Geno Smith dropping back enough to warrant Myles Garrett destroying his soul.
I mean, I've only talked about one Viking, so I'd be remiss to not mention a second one and their defense because Jordan Love sucks.
I don't hate that play. I don't hate that play either.
Jordan Love is kind of ass. He definitely has a propensity to turn the ball over, especially in the red zone. So, yeah. I agree with you, Baker. I agree with you.
This is weird. You guys have agreed with me too much tonight. I don't like it. I'm going to change my entire thought process on this late now.
I'll change my tune on Saturday and just bash everything you have to say to me.
Thank God we didn't do a show on Saturday because I was too drunk to actually be coherent to talk.
I know, Baker. You couldn't.
I know you know.
You couldn't hit a golf ball. It's embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
It was hilarious to me. I was having a time of my life.
Friends and family, if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that like button right down below on your favorite podcasting network. It helps out with the algorithm to get us in more ears and downloaded into more people's pockets as they take along on your morning cruise into at work or on the way home from work. And as we do as customary, we're going to make some bold calls before we go ahead and close up the shop for the night. And also, if you haven't come over to the DFS Deli YouTube channel, you can find the video version of this See Here podcast on that platform. Just type in the DFS Deli and go ahead and hit that subscribe on the way there. Chili, you got something bold for me before we go ahead and wrap it up for the night?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll stick with the old gut. I'll just go CJ Stroud. Gonna put himself. He's gonna have some career highs in this game. So I can see CJ Stroud going for 303, 304.
Are they going to be dump offs to Devin Singletary?
However he gets there, he gets there.
I just need him to get there, man. 4,400. I just need one of those. I just need one of them, and I'll be a happy guy. Be a happy guy because I'm playing Devin Singletary this week. Baker, something bold, man.
I'm between two players, and I don't know which one I want to go with.
Okay, well, you contemplate that for a second while I just divulge mine, as I've already alluded to. I'm going to say Dolphins by 30 on Sunday. They will beat the Patriots by 30. I don't know what player came out and said it. I think it was one of their defensive players from the end of last week after they got beat by the Eagles saying whoever we play next is going to feel it. And I think they're going to put the work on the Patriots this week. They got there, like I said, their Super Bowl was last week. They beat the Bills 300. They're good. They're about to get rolled up on Sunday. Dolphins by 30.
Fair. How much was JT's contract? He got $40 million, right?
43.
43. That's how many DK points he scores. 43.
Oh. 40. Oh. Wow. Well, ain't nothing else to say about that. Kind of caught me off guard with that. So having said that, I guess we're going to go ahead and close up the shop. And for Chill, for Bank, I've been your boy Sully. We'll see you all. Peace.